Welcome to Very Sensational Podcast, where we are causing great public interest and becoming very
Sensational.
sensational. You know what I mean? All right, so my co-host,
No.
introduce yourself. I don't know if you to my left or to my, but on my screen to my left.
Me.
Yeah.
I am Tiff, or y'all can call me Blue. You know me. I'm adding the pizzazz to the podcast.
Blue Magic, because she got that cocaine.
Oh,
All
no,
right,
stop.
up to the top. Introduce yourself.
Tyree, hey y'all, how y'all doing?
How you doing? All right, today we are bringing you guys not a special, but more like a little interesting type of thing where we start to read things off of Reddit. So, topic of today is going to be, am I an asshole? Me personally, yeah, I could be an asshole, but that's neither here nor there, and I ain't about to get into all that.
Yeah, that's
All right, so the first post I picked out would be, all right, Blue, when you ready to read it.
all right. I'm gonna read that for you. How to ruin a friendship. I've been promoting my friend to post this story for a while, but I kept putting off because thinking about this nice guy gave me chills. I will break this post into a few creepiest stories about him, but before I do so, let me give you a little pre-story. I met Mr. Creeps about 6 years ago. We used to work together and we got along from the first minute we met. He was funny, we shared the same interests, and it was fun to be around him. I was dating this other guy at the time, so I didn't think of Mr. Creeps as anything more than just a friend. I knew he liked me, but I kept showing him that he is just a friend. Besides, even if I was single at the time, he wouldn't have a choice. He's not my type. After my ex and I broke up, Mr. Creeps helped me move into my new apartment, and his obsession with me started to grow. It's been years, and he hasn't matured or changed his likes at all. He is still holding on to things I liked when I first met him, and even had a small notebook where he writes things down that I like or say, because he thinks that he'll have a chance to get me if he does so. He tries to copy the style of any guy I date because he hopes that it will get me this way. I removed him from my life a few months ago, but here's a collection of the top two weirdest stories about him. Story number one. We lived a block away from each other, so it would take me 5 minutes to walk to his house. One day I was sick and I wanted to make myself a breakfast. I ran out of eggs and I hit him up asking if he could bring me 2 eggs so I don't have to drive to the store. He came to my house 30 minutes later with 2 bags full of groceries and freaking flowers. He got me a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and other stuff. I felt incredibly uncomfortable because I didn't want him to spend money on me. I have groceries and I just needed eggs. I asked him to take that away or keep the groceries for himself. He refused to do so. I asked why the heck did he get me flowers? I'm allergic to them. He said something about trying to be romantic and blah, 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 without even considering my allergic reaction to them. He still wanted me to keep them, and he really wasn't getting why I refused to do so. When I politely hinted it's time for him to go, he got upset and hoped that we could cook breakfast together. And direct quote, I have been imagining this on my way here. Just think about it. You, me, cooking together alone. Doesn't it sound fun? No,
No.
Mr. Creep, it doesn't. Once again, I told him I'm not interested, and I feel uncomfortable with him being so pushy. I asked him to leave and made him take his groceries with him. He left, but he ended up throwing everything away on his way back home.
Damn.
Dang.
Wow. Man,
No.
dude, you're down bad. Okay. Story number two, the strip club.
Oh Lord.
You You're wondering why I'm still friends with Mr. Creeps. It felt so
Yeah.
uncomfortable being around him. Well, I have a few
That's red
reasons.
flag.
One, I felt sorry for him. He doesn't have a family. Nobody wants to be friends with him. Almost everyone I know strongly dislikes
That's how
him.
they get you.
He was lonely, and I felt like his inability to be normal was the cause of it. So I hoped that if I talked to him, he'll become more social. However, it made things worse. And number two, He was there for me during the worst time of my life, and I didn't want to abandon him because I felt guilty for even thinking about it. Trauma bond. Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah, for real. Mm-mm.
He's
But
confusing
about a
me.
year ago, yeah, right. But about a year ago, I started thinking about our friendship because his social behavior has been getting progressively worse. It's beginning to the point that even our colleagues were complaining about him. Some
Uh,
people even claim that he has a serial killer vibe. He had a birthday last spring, and I decided to take him to a strip club. It was his first time going there, so I wanted to buy him a lap dance as a B-Day present. Plus, I was hoping that if he switches his attention to naked girls, he'll leave me alone and end his attempts at trying to get together with me. So, we had a few drinks prior to meeting the strip club, and I told him to pick any stripper he wants. It took him a while, but he finally chose one. And guess what? It happened to be the one which has similar features as me. Same hair color, same height, even our piercings and tattoos were similar.
Got a
I
twin.
paid for the lap dance, but 30 seconds later, he ended up squeezing her ass and bringing her and biting her tits. She slapped him, and he ended up getting kicked out. On our way back,
oh,
he kept telling me how much he loves me and he wants me and he thinks of me as the epitome of the perfect and most beautiful woman. And he tried to make a move on me, but I pushed him away. And this is when he vomited near me. The next day, he sent me a love poem and spent all night writing, but at the point where I was done with him. Wait, what?
But at
The
that point,
next day, he sent me a love poem, and he spent all night writing. But at that point, I was done with him. I moved to a new place, found a new job, switched my phone number, and forbid our mutual friends for telling him my new contact info. There were a lot of other stories about Mr. Creeps, but it would take too many hours to read them all. So I just decided to tell you about two. That the two that creep me out the most. Am I a bad person? Thank you for listening.
bruh.
she could have just went to the store herself. That's what's blowing me with the eggs, man.
No, what's really blowing me is that the fact that she knows he's a creep and still hit him up to go to the goddamn grocery store. It's like, come
That's what
on
I'm
now,
saying.
what are you smoking? And you invite
So
the nigga to your
okay,
house.
that was a mistake.
What
I would
makes me
say
what's frustrating me is that like she feels sorry for him because of all this stuff, but like that's not cool for him to be like acting like that.
Well, now
it's
she
not.
knows why.
Like, God,
So I'll say from my experience, I have there's one guy in particular that's in my life that acts similar to this guy. Um and I cut things off with him like probably about a year ago. I just completely just like I gotta just ghost you. And of course he still finds avenues to hit me up. I noticed that he does watch my Facebook. He watches my pages. I can tell because he accidentally liked a post one time and
mm,
then when you look at your Facebook story at the bottom it says like how many extra people watched it and
Yeah,
I know he's one of
yeah.
them. Um but yeah, so I know it's like you are trying to be nice, but it's more so you're trying to be nice because you don't want them to hurt you. Like, you're afraid that if you reject them too harshly or you reject them in a way that might trigger them, that they might try to come after you and hurt you.
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of I watch a lot of like true crime shows, and that's how a
Mhm.
lot of stuff happens
Mhm.
is, somebody's trying to gently reject somebody, and even if you try to do it gently, they don't take it the right way because they know what they want. They want you. And if they can't
Mhm.
have you, nobody can
No,
have
no
you.
skin.
So I do understand why she was trying to be nice and everything because a lot of dudes don't react positively to things like that. So
Mhm.
I don't think she's the asshole at all, honestly. Especially the whole, what I mean, like she kept trying. She is,
Yeah.
you know
She
how you
kept giving
gotta,
him chances,
yeah, like she
and
kept giving
he
him
was just
hints,
pushing
and
it. Mm.
right, and at some point you gotta be stern and gotta just be like, all right,
Yeah.
bye, bye, da, da,
Like,
da,
what's the last
and that's
straw? You
it.
know.
yeah,
Yeah, so
nah.
I don't,
She
I
she
don't think
definitely
she's the
wasn't.
But
asshole.
what creeped me out was the whole like, yeah, I was thinking about us like making breakfast together. Like,
Yeah,
what?
nah, that shit was
Hmm.
wild. I'm like,
Yeah, that
nah,
was.
she
I
wasn't
would
an
have just
asshole
told.
at all.
She could have like he could have brought her the eggs and just kind of like just left them at the door or something. Like
Right,
Yeah,
handed to
but
her,
yeah,
and just kept
right. Why
going. But he
she
like,
let him in? I mean, like for real. Come on now. It's like you call him Mr. Creeps, and I'm pretty sure that instance you knew then too.
yeah, but no, that's the other thing too. I would never let this dude that like the dude that I said for my example, I would never let him know where I live. And that's
Exactly.
because in the
And
back of my mind, I'm like, if he gets mad enough and he tries to do something to me,
He knows where
he
you
knows
live.
where I live.
it's
He
Yeah,
the
probably got
fact
no.
that
a
he lived
copy of
right
her
down the
key to
street.
her. Yeah, he probably got a copy of her key.
Right. It's the
But
fact he
let's
lived right down the street from her. So it's just like, even if you know where I'm at and I'm right down the street from you, don't come to the house. I don't care.
but if we're talking culturally, I'm pretty sure we can figure out the cultural background of our author here. And they don't really think the same way that we do about things like that.
But some
Culturally,
people, some
black
creeper
people do not
guys.
leave their doors unlocked. Black people do not
Wait, when did she
give
say
everybody
that?
their address.
I don't remember her saying
That's
nothing
what
about leaving her door unlocked.
I'm just saying. Like, there's certain cultural things that we don't
Oh
do
yeah, definitely. I don't know
that
though.
we're not comfortable with. We
Feel like
don't
Some
give
we have
some
people our
people
address.
do. Some people do, and
We
I'd be
don't.
surprised. I'm like, you leave your door? I'm like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no, but we don't be
like, yeah,
giving
my
people our
neighborhood's very
address.
safe.
Yeah, we don't be giving people our address that we aren't completely comfortable with. We're not.
It's the fact that she got this nigga to go get her eggs. Yeah.
Yes, and this man came back with flowers, and he just did not care that she's like allergic. Like, my
Right,
guy.
take your shit back, nigga,
Um,
before you make me have
and then
seize
and
up and
then
die in here.
it was the whole grocery thing. Like, I get his intent behind it, but that was, come on. I just asked for eggs.
Like, this man went and brought the whole store,
You got too much
then
dip on
threw it
your chips.
away. Oh my
Got too
gosh.
much dip on your chips.
So we all agree that she wasn't an asshole, but it was just stupid mistakes for her to do.
Yeah, like that's something
Yeah,
she can learn from.
Yeah,
definitely.
'cause that was just
Because I
crazy.
mean, some guys know how to like. I mean, can be creepy, but like kind of play it off to like make you feel like they're not creepy. Like I
I
don't
know
know how
what
to.
you mean.
Yeah, like you just wouldn't feel like that's the vibe you get off them
Them
until
Ted
something happens.
Bundys.
That falls
Mm-hmm.
into that narcissistic mask.
Yeah.
Cause that trauma bond was.
Granted,
Mm-mm.
rejection does suck, but going to the extreme is not gonna change anybody's mind. It's probably for the best anyways. Just go ahead, just dip off and do something else.
That's the
Mhm.
other thing too, is I feel like if somebody don't let somebody tell you more than once that they don't want you.
Exactly. Just you know.
And don't change yourself, dude. Try and
Oh
be
yeah,
like
this
dudes that she
man.
likes.
That's so. Oh
That
my
shit
gosh.
crazy. Cause you're not gonna like yourself. You just gonna end up hating yourself, and it's not gonna fit. But that guy is something. He need to go see some guidance.
Yeah.
Mm,
He need therapy.
that's shoot for real.
That's wild as shit. You don't never do no shit like that.
I'm sorry, y'all, I'm blind. So if I'm all close up in the screen when I'm
I
reading,
I can
know.
I
That's
can
what
read
I
it
had
if
to
you
do.
want me to. I'll read this one.
that's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, read this one. All right, so we got a post by Deleted. That's probably his name, but I'm not even sure. The post says, "Am I an asshole for not selling pot to my best friend?" So
Yes. It's like, it's okay.
hey, he might have medical conditions. We don't know that. We about to read
All
and
right,
see.
all right.
We about to see.
I'm gonna give it a chance. Give it a
Right.
chance.
So the deal is, recently I got my med card in a state where it is only legally or legal medically. My best friend, a guy who's always been there for me, has asked me to buy a pot and give it to him. You're probably thinking no big deal, but the problem is I'm working to an engineer degree in a field where it's mostly government work, so clearance is required. Uh-oh. They
Oh well.
understand weed usage, especially under a medical circumstance, but from what I read, selling and distributing of drugs is a huge no-no. Now you're thinking, hey, your pals, it would be easy to explain the situation to him, but the problem is just last month his cousin died when he OD'd on marijuana laced with fentanyl. Oh fuck.
Jeez.
I feel like an asshole with ass because he's done a bunch of favors for me while I haven't given as much back, and I'm stoking a fresh room. I think he meant stroking, but it says
Yeah, I think it was
stoking.
too.
Yeah, stroking a fresh wound with him because right now he is paranoid about his weed being bad. So
So
ultimately,
why?
I think that's what I'm thinking. Ultimately, I think career should come first. But how would you handle a delicate situation where I feel like I'm coming off as a dick or as the dick?
Okay. So I understand what he's trying. He doesn't want to do it for his legal and
Yeah.
career purposes. Um, and I do understand his friend's standpoint, where it's like, okay, I have an opportunity to not get my weed off the street. I can get it from a safe place where I
Yeah.
know
From
that
somebody I
everything is
know. Yeah.
fine. Um, I don't necessarily think that he's the asshole. I feel like there's a way that you can go about it. It's like in DC. You're not allowed to sell.
Must say cut out.
Uh-oh.
Ears. It cut out.
I can't
Stephanie.
hear. I
Hey, it
can't
cut
hear.
out. It cut out. It cut out. Like your screen not frozen, but your mic cut off for some reason. I must say I just saw it speak. Speak. Say something.
Can you hear? You hear me now?
Yeah, you can hear
Oh
you.
no, I can't hear.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a call coming
Oh, okay.
through. Um, but no, I was saying, like in DC, so you're allowed to gift weed to people. So like, what you can do is be like, oh, if you give me a donation for this sticker, you get a free gift or whatever. So there's loopholes around it. He's not necessarily the asshole, but there are ways that he could accommodate his friend. I feel like he's not exploring all of his
Yeah,
avenues for accommodating his friend. Also, why can't the friend just sign up for his own medical marijuana coffee?
yeah, I was about to say that.
That shit's
But no,
crazy.
I don't think he's the asshole just because he's trying to protect his career. And at
Yeah,
the end of
trying to
the day,
protect it.
if you don't get your weed, you don't get your weed. But this is how I make my livelihood. This is how I pay my bills and everything like that. That does take top priority. Um, but I don't think he's the asshole. I don't think he's the
No,
asshole. Not yeah, not
and
fully,
and
not
like his
fully.
from his cousin like passing from that, he probably didn't want him to be just like trying anything. I mean, first of all, has he had it before, or is this like his first time? Did it say?
No, I think he was
I
just
don't think it
saying he's
said.
afraid of getting it off
No.
the street from now on because
Yeah.
Yeah,
of the situation. Because I've had situations like that happen too, where like a friend would like have an adverse reaction to some weed that may have been laced, and you feel skeptical at that point of if you want to
yeah.
get it from the street.
Facts.
So I will say getting a card is the way to go. I like yeah, he's partially the asshole in my opinion. Just because I feel like he can explore other options to help him out, but he's not the asshole just because morally.
Right. I agree. Like as far as like it's my livelihood. If I get fired, from what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing, then are you gonna take care of me and pay all my bills?
Yeah.
No.
Right, like
Like
you,
right. Like what if it was reversed? Like would he even help him?
Exactly.
right.
So
That's true. That's
Mm.
true. Put him
You
in his
and
gotta think
shoes.
about that too.
the guy who posted it, he feels like he has to do these favors because of the favors the friend has been doing it. But it's like you could do other favors. This one thing is gonna break your livelihood. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure all
Make
those
or break.
favors that you had do for you, you probably didn't make or mess up his livelihood. Because if that's the case, then technically, yeah, you are an asshole. But I don't know that because you didn't specify that. But since we don't know that, I can only go off of saying that he did favors for you. It was good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you shouldn't feel bad
Yeah.
because you can't do this one favor. There's other things you do favor at, but this
Yeah.
just can't be one.
Yeah, I feel like favors should be equally, equal
Mm-hmm.
exchange, equal.
Right.
Yeah, like you
Like
always feel like you're doing all the work all the time.
Big facts.
It
yeah,
could be like simple things as favors. Mhm.
right.
Damn, what's her name?
But yeah, I think
Definitely.
he's could have just really just got like his own medical card for that because seems like everybody be getting those nowadays.
It's not that hard, and everybody
Yeah.
got something wrong with them that they can use the weed for. So,
Right, definitely. Yeah, that's just
am
crazy.
I the asshole for wishing my grandmother would die so I can kill myself?
Mm.
Okay, sir. I am very suicidal. Have been since I was like 11. Every day I suffocate more and more. And the only reason I haven't killed myself yet is because my grandmother cares about me and wouldn't take it well. There's no one else who cares. So if she would die, I would be free to finally do it and I wouldn't have the weight of it on me anymore. I'd be able to just do it guilt free. And at that point, there'd be no reason to live anyway because I can't stand life without her. Am I an
Wow.
asshole for this? Probably. I wouldn't necessarily say that you are an asshole because you are considering your grandmother's feelings that she
Yeah.
does not want to be living when you decide to pass on.
Yeah.
But as far as wishing death,
How you gonna wish death on somebody else?
You an
it's a
asshole,
little,
nigga.
it's a little
Like
rough.
and a
It's a little
grandmother of all
rough.
people? Oh my god.
Right, you an asshole for that. Just for that reason, you an asshole.
Because people already think of suicide as a very selfish thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's unfortunate.
so that yeah, I do feel bad for bro. Reach out to the suicide hotline, find some friends, find a
Facts.
support group, therapy, something like that. Because
Big facts.
I've been there before. I've been
Mhm.
suicidal before, and it is not a fun place
Is
to be.
it's not fun.
So
It's embarrassing when you don't go through with it.
it that, and it's just you get the backlash of, oh, you're so selfish, you're so
Yeah.
selfish. Because what about this? What about this? But it's like y'all wasn't worried about my feelings
Until it
before.
happens, and then after you have the like suicidal scare, everybody acts like it's back to normal. Like, yeah, she definitely
Right. It was
Yeah.
like
just
no.
attention. It was attention to, yeah, no.
Mhm.
Suicide is
But
something I definitely don't play with because people actually do that shit, and that shit is just it's sad because it's like,
It
it's
is
sad.
sad.
why do I feel like you couldn't turn to me? You know what I mean? Out of
Yeah.
all people, you supposed to be we friends, right? Even if we haven't talked for a while, you know who I am. You know that I would sit here and talk to you all day and night if you needed to.
And I think part of that too is a lot of people don't like to feel like a burden on other
Yep. That's
people,
it. Mhm.
or they feel as though some people might judge them. Even though if you can say that you're not going to pass judgment on somebody, a lot of people, they have a hard time still opening up even after that. Like the whole conversation, like how men on Facebook, they're like, oh, women, we can't express our feelings because they're going to use it against us and things like that.
Yeah.
And there's women out here who don't
Yeah,
do that, but
Mhm.
because that's all they experience, that's what they're used to, and that's what they're going to run to. Um,
And there are some people that are suicidal, but they're still like kind of living their life because they know it will make the people they care about really upset.
Happy, yeah. That's like Robin Williams, how he was. He was very happy and stuff, and he just
or at least from what we saw, he
Mhm.
showed that he was happy. But it's always those one you got to watch out for. Those are the scary ones. They seem like everything's happy, and next thing you know, they gone.
right.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's those are the ones you have to, yeah, the ones that are quiet, the ones that show off that they're happy and things like those are the ones you gotta watch out for sure.
Definitely. It's, you an asshole for wishing death on your grandma for your own reasoning of dying.
Mhm.
You're not an asshole because you want to commit suicide. If that makes sense. You're
Yeah.
just an asshole for a selfish reason because you want to
Yep.
commit suicide, so you want your grandmother to die. That's fucked up.
But
Mhm.
I do understand where you're coming from. I get it.
Yeah,
But
But yeah, I
definitely.
would like reach out for some help.
Yeah, definitely
definitely get
call
some
1-800
help. I hope.
suicide hotline, man. That shit is no
There's a
joke.
lot of
Yeah.
hotlines now.
Right.
I think they changed their
I think
number.
they
If
changed
I'm
the
not,
number.
they changed it to something simple that you can type like a three, like 911. They changed it to something like
Ah,
that. I
nice.
forgot what it is now, but um yeah. Hopefully I don't know when the post was made, but
Yeah,
hopefully,
I might post in that shit and be like, bro, just go get some like help for real, bro. That shit is no
Mhm.
joke, like for real.
yeah. I hope he's in a better spot.
Yeah.
Definitely. 'Cause
Because
that's
the sad
terrible.
thing with like some suicidal people is like they just never thought they would make it this far when they actually do still kind of like be here.
Right, and it's the
Hmm.
fact that they feel like
Yeah.
they're just regretting life, more and
Mhm.
more. They just can't take it no more. It's just like a burden just crushing down on them. Yeah, nah, that shit sucks. Post by Yamato159. I think that's how you say his name, but whatever. A cough near Karen.
Three
Uh,
years ago. Oh Lord, this sounds like COVID times. Let's
Uh
go.
oh.
yeah, that's definitely what it
It's
is.
gotta be.
It's
It's gotta
given
be.
it's given COVID. I'm 29 years old and been smoking for at least 20 years. Sheesh. So you've been smoking since 9. Niggas is quick on math, bro. You've been
Oh my
smoking since
god.
9.
Hey
What?
yo.
Fucking lungs black as tar, bro.
I
Anyway,
want to. Okay.
anyways. Yeah, I know it's stupid and don't promote smoking at all. Also, have said to kids that seen me smoke or smoking or ask me for a cigarette, I tell them, don't even start or quit before it's too late. So my stupid habit got me coughing for at least. This motherfucker cannot spell at least. I'm reading
Man.
it as at least, and I know it's at least, but it's at list.
List.
Mm-mm.
Golly. Okay, I give him a break because he might be of foreign
Them
descent.
cigarettes, or them cigarettes that went to his brain and kind of.
Nah,
I
All
can't.
his
right,
hand
man. I'm
must be
sorry.
shaking when
Go
he was
ahead. Go
making
ahead.
it.
I don't know, but so my stupid habit got me coughing for at least past 4 years, and it sounds bad, like I'm about to cough up my lungs because of virus going around. My sister asked me if I can get some TP tissue. My brother-in-law has allergies, so really needs it to blow his nose. Yeah, this dude is definitely of not English descent. And some chicken. Not important to story, just giving background. I live in a small town and headed out for my mission. Stopped at my second store to get some cola for my whiskey before I head out for a third store and get rest of my supplies. Walking down an aisle, I see a damn see a damn Karen pulling toilet paper from elderly couple.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Wow.
Bitch.
Goddamn Karen.
Oh
Mm.
Lord.
Told the elderly couple while I was coughing and reason behind it. Wait, hold on. I think I skipped. Yeah, I definitely skipped. Alright, so walking down the aisle, see it then. Now I've been keeping my smoker cough at bay so I won't scare people. I decided screw it, and she isn't treating them like garbage. Well, she is, but she isn't going to be treating them like. Walked cloth.
You know he's
Oh my
close.
God.
Walked close to her. I can't and let my smoker cough out at full force. Jesus. Yeah,
Jeez.
I would have been acting crazy too. I did cover my mouth, but it was really loud and bad. Karen runned like hell for safety. Yeah. Told the elderly couple while I was coughing and reason behind it. They got toilet paper and wanted to pay for my cola. I said I won't accept it because it's for my whiskey and I don't want anyone to support my drinking habit. They understood it and were very grateful. Got my cola and stood outside watching Karen scream at employees as I had a smoke. Am I an asshole for scaring the living hell out of her, or did I do the right thing?
No.
No.
No. You
You
should
know
have
why?
been doing
Because
that to the elderly people.
karma is a bitch. And
That's
karma
what you get.
sometimes,
Trying to
you know,
take-
sometimes it's instant. Sometimes karma's instant. And he was at the right place at the right time with the right ailment.
Exactly.
And
Right, with
he
the
had to,
right
Taking toilet
thinking.
paper. You know that was.
I would have did the same thing.
Right, it's like, are you serious? You gonna try and take fucking toilet paper from the elderly? I would have probably threw
And
something
you
at her.
know,
I'd have been
toilet
like,
paper was like the main thing people were taking from the store at the time. Come on.
Right.
yeah,
And if
nah, they
it's
was
one
ODing
thing
for
that a
TP.
Karen don't like, bro, if it's one thing a
You
Karen
know,
don't like, she don't like a
And
cough.
the elderly people,
They don't like
probably-
being judged. They don't like
You know
no
what I'm
type
saying?
of power against them at all. I'm
Oh,
right,
yeah.
you're wrong. They don't want to be wrong at all. They like, fuck that shit. You gotta see me.
Exactly. They be making themselves look dumb.
Yeah, that should be
That's crazy.
funny
Yeah,
as
no,
a
he
bitch.
not the asshole. He is a hero.
No, he did what he had
deserves
to do.
a
Yeah.
badge of honor.
And he had that
Hey,
bag
bro,
on.
you get
Get
some,
on
Clap it
here.
up,
you get
clap
some
it up.
claps for me, bro, because
Get on here.
you know what I
I'm in
mean.
tears though.
That was awesome, bro. You are not an asshole. You are commended by the Reddit crew, and I give you badge of honor.
He was sensational.
You get one plate at the cookout. One. Only
One
one.
plate.
Because we don't want you coughing all on the food, but you get one plate at the cookout.
Right, you better
Wear
wear
your
a
mask.
mask.
Right, exactly. Clean them
Double
lungs. Clean them lungs before you get there. Stop the smoking, huh?
Yeah,
Smoking
man.
since she was 9. You out your fucking mind, guy.
For real.
Yeah, don't smoke cigarettes. Smoke
Right.
weed every
You
day.
still
Stop.
young. That's 3 years ago, bro. You are 32 now. You're still young. You about to be living like you like 65 or something.
Probably
You
still
cut
coughing
that
on
up.
Karen.
You're gonna be like that lady in that commercial with that stoma.
Oh my gosh.
With the little,
All right, let
the
me
little
stop. Let me
mic,
stop talking
the
about,
mic
bro.
for the throat and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
let me stop talking about,
we don't
bro.
want to see you like that guy, bro. We don't want to see you in them commercials, man.
Yeah, no, but we do appreciate your good deed to society.
You did what had to be done.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Cause fuck
Dang,
You are
somebody
right.
should have got that on camera, man.
Right, cause fuck a Karen. We ain't got time for them. They annoying.
Period.
They do too much.
And
think they
trust,
right all
you
the
will
time.
be dealt with.
She already got dealt with. That's why her ass is screaming like a damn chicken with her head cut off.
She's probably in the car like, oh my gosh,
Right.
Billy, guess what?
She probably went home and cried.
She probably went and took a whole shower.
She gonna cry in the car.
I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah, and then she's mad at the whole world because she got coughed on.
Right? She gonna cry in the car. I can't.
She's probably screaming.
That made me
Yeah.
cry all motherfucking night. We're sorry.
Mad ass. With your mad ass. That's why we call you Karen, cause you be acting stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Acting a damn fool, man.
That's crazy.
Those were some good reads. Those are some good posts. I ain't gonna lie, for real, for real. I had to
Yeah.
post a little
Oh, yeah.
story on there one of these days. See what
I'm
type
about
of
to say
reaction.
we should definitely make this a segment for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Because I can get into these.
Definitely. That shit was good. Y'all want to say y'all your closing messages?
All right, cool.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
That's it.
Be
Y'all don't want to say nothing
sensational.
else?
Be sensational like that dude was in the store when he coughed on that Karen. He was very sensational. You should strive to be
Period.
as sensational as old boy. Okay, I'm
Period.
saying?
And this is what the goddamn podcast is about, being very sensational.
Sensational.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the
Sensational.
motherfucking day, like, comment, subscribe on this video. Matter of fact, tell us more of like on some Reddit shit, because I know y'all be on Reddit. Tell us what y'all think and what topics y'all want us to read about and react to, because I'm pretty sure we can find some fun.
Yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
Be
course.
sure to like, comment, subscribe, and be very sensational.
Sensational.